Hey, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Brooke. I'm the owner of Happy Fox Supply Co. and I teach you guys how to make money with your art. Let's get right into this. I'm going to show you exactly how to put your art on actual products. So the first and I would say the easiest way to get your art on products is to use print-on-demand sites. I use Printify personally. This is my favorite one. There's other ones you can check out, but this is the one that I use. I sell blankets with them. I do phone cases. Like all of my phones, I print through there. So this is the same print, but I did a different size. But yeah, so like go to printify.com and just go to their catalog and scroll all of the different things that you can sell with your art on them. It's really crazy how many things they offer. Obviously there's clothing, which is a big one. I also put my art on shirts as well, but a lot of my stuff I sell with my seamless files, which is what I showed with the phone cases. These are seamless files. Some other stuff coming up is going to be with seamless files too. So you can do a lot more if you turn your artwork into a seamless file, which is just a repeatable pattern, that repeats infinitely and there's no seam. But you don't have to do those. You can just do like regular like PNG artwork, that isn't a repeating pattern. You can sell those through Printify also. So Printify links through Etsy. You can link it through your Shopify. You can even do TikTok Shop now. And there's probably other websites that you can connect it with, but it's all integrated with those things. So they will make and ship the items for you. All you do is design them and put them on a site that sells. So the customers can't actually like go to Printify and buy these things the way I think you can on Redbubble, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to host it on a selling platform somewhere, whether it's Etsy, Shopify, your website, or TikTok Shop or somewhere else. But there's stickers, there's blankets, there's shirts, there's phone cases. You can do canvases, you can do mugs, posters, candles, bags, like notebooks, pillows. There's so many cool things you can do with your art. And yeah, the best part with print on demand is that you don't have to make it. They make it, they ship it. You don't have to do anything other than design it. So I highly recommend you guys check out print on demand sites if you haven't gotten into that yet. Another one that intimidates a lot of people is getting your products made through Alibaba. Now, Alibaba is China. It's a Chinese website, but it's where you can get stuff mass produced. It's where I get a lot of my stuff mass produced. I have my cup sleeves made from there, my straws. I've had other things made from there, and I even just get like sublimation blanks, which I'll talk about in a second. I get those from here too. So it's like any other search engine. You just type up here with what you want to look for, and then these are all the different suppliers that offer this. See how there's different cup sleeve people. So I recommend getting samples before you go ahead and do like giant orders of things. But for the most part, their stuff isn't bad. It's really about customer service, like how they handle you afterwards. That's kind of more of the thing rather than like product quality. But there is the tariffs happening right now, which is I think like 10% or something. So that is one thing to keep in mind. But honestly, just the cost of everything is going to go up right now. So it's not really a factor, or it shouldn't be. Ooh, those are cool. See, you can also do the silicone boots. Those are very popular items right now for like the Stanley people. They have silicone boots that can be printed on. So you can submit, I didn't search that, so it's not coming up right here. Let's see if it comes up. But you can submit your own designs and then they can print them on the silicone boots and you can sell those. And a lot of the factories, sorry if I'm lagging, a lot of the factories have a low order, like a fairly low order quantity. This is 200 pieces, but you're maybe only paying 30 cents. So it's maybe going to cost you, I don't know, math. I did the math. 200 at 30 cents is going to cost you $60. And you usually have to double this for shipping costs. So just keep that in mind. Even though the production cost is going to be really low, like to us, you are going to pay about that again for shipping, but it's normal. So you'd pay maybe another $60 in shipping. That's $120 total for 200 silicone sleeves, whatever, the boots. So we would do 200 divided by 120. That costs you $1.66 per sleeve. And then you normally do like times 3 cost. So you could sell them for like $5 and you would make 3 times your cost. Let's see what people are selling them for on Etsy. Let's see. So we want to look at printed ones. $12. $2. That's pretty cheap. Bestseller, $8. So you can even potentially, now that's just going off of the 30 cents that it said. They might charge more, a little bit more for custom. Maybe they're like 50 cents or something. I don't know. But $5, people are selling them for $8, $11, whatever, you know, that's a good amount of profit. Yeah. So maybe it costs a little bit more for everybody to be selling them for $8, or maybe they're just making more than times 3, which is very possible as well. Ooh, those are cute for Easter. Yeah, so that is just one way that you can use Alibaba. And don't be scared because it's China. Don't be afraid that they're gonna, I don't know, rip you off or whatever. It happens. But if you want to make a business out of this, you have to kind of prepare for that. Like, it's inevitable. Your art's gonna get stolen. If you want to sell your art, even if you're not selling it and you're just posting your art on the internet, there's a very high chance it'll get stolen. It's just, that's what happens. Like, it sucks. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish I wasn't telling you to like deal with it, but like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna quit? Are you gonna just not post your stuff because you're afraid of it getting stolen? Are you never gonna succeed? Are you afraid of being successful because your stuff might get stolen a little bit? Like, that's not gonna stop you from being successful unless you don't do it because you're afraid of your stuff getting stolen. Like, I would rather my stuff get stolen, but I'm still making like money, versus my stuff never gets stolen, but I don't make anything because I'm not selling it anywhere, you know? That's something a lot of artists have to either get over or don't. And it's okay if you don't want to do that. It's okay if you don't want your stuff getting stolen. So you're like, I'm just going to keep it for me. Like, I'm not saying it's not okay. But if you want to create a business out of this, which I'm assuming you are because you're watching my videos, that's something you have to get over. Like, it's just a statistic. And the more you kind of understand that that's a business statistic, the more you can like expect it and get over it. It's kind of like when companies send emails, there's an average, like an industry average statistic of maybe 40%. I'm just making these up. I don't know, like 40%, 30 or 40% of the emails will be opened, and then maybe 1 to 2% of the opened emails, people will click on them. Pretend those are like the real stats, okay? So then you can go in and know that like, hey, that's normal. So just think like, sorry, but your stuff getting stolen, China ripping you off, it's normal. It's part of the process and it sucks, but it is what it is, you know? Oh my God, I was scrolling. Look how cool those are. Those look AI. They look so cool, but I think it's real. And you can engrave on these silicone boots too. If you have an engraving machine, you can engrave on them. You can engrave on silicone. But let's go to the next thing. So that's Alibaba. That's outsourcing your stuff, getting it kind of mass produced. You are responsible for then shipping it to your customers. You have to have stock, so you have to have the space for it. So obviously, those are the pros and cons of that versus print on demand. With print on demand, it's going to cost more. You're going to get less profit, but you also don't have to do anything. So I teach my students, because I have like a bunch of courses on how to do this. I'll link them in the description if you want to take a look. But I teach my students in my Alibaba, or no, my print on demand, my physical products course. I'm like, which one is it? Do I talk about that in? I tell them to aim for making a little bit more than you would when you sell a digital file. So if you're selling a blanket with your artwork on it, you're gonna see that it's gonna sell, like the cost is kind of like $40, but you're only making $10 profit from that. And a lot of people get discouraged. They're like, oh my God, this thing's selling for $40, $50, $60 and I'm only making like $10. What the heck? But you got to kind of get in the mindset. Like it's just another way for you to sell the digital art, if that makes sense. So whatever you're charging for your digital art, your digital download, just aim to make a few bucks more than that, because that way the price is still attainable for customers. People are still willing to pay that. Because if you wanted to make like 50% profit on a blanket, you would probably have to sell it for like $100. And if you have really good marketing, you could, but most people aren't going to pay $100 for a blanket when they can get them a lot cheaper from somewhere else. So that's just another little mindset. There's all these little like Jedi mind tricks you have to do when you're selling your art and when you're trying to make a business out of this. And the sooner you can kind of overcome all of that, the faster you'll be successful, hopefully. Okay, here's another way, is going to custom fabric shops. Now, this is a small business. This is one that I personally have used for all of my fabric. There are, others out there that are small businesses, find your company and go with them. But this is where you can get your own fabric printed and you can make stuff. If you sew, you can sew things. This is from Eloise & Co. She's one of my business besties. She does headbands and she does heart headbands and bows and all kinds of things, but she gets her fabric custom printed. She buys the patterns off of Etsy. So in case you're wondering like who is even buying seamless files, it's small businesses so that they can make products with it, because they don't want to have to, they don't want to make the art, or they can't, or whatever, so they just buy it from other people. So you can get your stuff custom printed, and it's very, very, very affordable. It's not like it's a ton of money. Like this, when I do my dresses for my daughter, because I sew her dresses, every time you see me showing like kids clothing, it's usually stuff that I have sewn. It's not stuff that I've outsourced usually. So I get DTF. That's this. Get your mind out of the gutters. I wasn't thinking about that. It's the other stuff. I'll get to that in a minute too. But I get the double brushed poly DBP. I usually get the thin, but this is how you would order it. You just click on the listing, you go to choose file, you pick your artwork that you want to send them, make sure it's your seamless file, and then right here you can either tell them the exact scaling you want, or you can just let them choose. So I always let them choose, and I just say like, hey, I'm using this for children's clothes. If you're getting a different kind of fabric and you're using it for adult clothes or headbands or quilts or whatever you're using it for, you would say that, and then they kind of just make their best judgment on what scaling, which is how big and how small your print is on the fabric. So this is a great way to like still hand make things and to order custom fabric. So you don't have to sell it. You can just get custom fabric for your kids. That's what I do. I don't sell anything handmade anymore. I just sew for fun. I just sew stuff for my daughter, and it's easy because I only need a yard because she's only 6. So I might have to get two yards now. I haven't had made her stuff in a while, and she's grown. So but yeah, so that is fabric. That's another way, is to do fabric. And then, sublimation. Sublimation blanks. Sublimation is another way that you can hand make items. So you're not outsourcing, you're making them yourself, but you do have to outsource the blanks. So there's a lot of clothing sublimation. There's tumblers, which is very, very popular. A lot of people do tumbler sublimation, and all you need is a printer and a heat press for sublimation. So it depends on what you want to do. If you're going to do clothing, you need the clamshell, or like coasters or like anything flat, you need a clamshell heat press. If you're going to do cups, you need a cup press. You can also do them in the oven. You can do mugs, you can do phone cases. Like, go look up sublimation blanks, and you'll see how many freaking blanks there are. There's so many, and there's so many different websites where you can get the blanks from too, not just Etsy. I kind of recommend not getting them from Etsy, because the business to business, they're small businesses selling the blanks. So they're selling them at a higher cost because you just only buy one. But when you're ready to get into buying bulk, I recommend buying them directly from China so that you can save money. But when you're just starting out, go for it. Grab these little like ones and twosies from a small business. And then when you're ready to kick it up, go straight to the source. That way you can save money and, make more profit. But that is kind of the main ways that I know of to get your art on products. You can also make stickers. You can either outsource them through small businesses. They they do stickers. Amazon has listings for stickers, for like bulk stickers. Printify has stickers on there if you just wanted to do that. I think it costs like $3 a sticker to do it, but there's that. You can outsource UV DTF, which is this kind of thing. It's like a wrap. This one's for glass can wraps. It's like a permanent sticker, and you can either outsource that from Alibaba. You can get that from small businesses. There's all kinds of different people that offer this kind of stuff, but you don't know what you don't know. So if you didn't know those things existed, now you do, and now you can kind of do your own research and figure out like where to get them and who the best is to get them from, and do your own kind of research on that. Stickers you can do. I know I just started talking about that and then I kind of interrupted myself with other things. Stickers you can make yourself. You need a printer, you need a vinyl cutting machine so that you can cut out the stickers, but there's lots of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that. And you can make all of this artwork in Procreate. So Procreate is an app, a drawing app for iPads only. Unfortunately, it's not for Android. I literally bought an iPad just for Procreate when I first started a few years ago. Like, I'm not an Apple person at all. I get a lot of people commenting like, I'm not an Apple person. What can I use? I'm like, I'm sorry, but sometimes you just have to suck it up and get another device just for the program. There are other ones out there that you can use. None of them personally compare the way that Procreate does. So I do have a course on learning Procreate. If you're interested in learning, I'll link all the things in the description. I also have a course teaching you how to make seamless files in Procreate, because that's how you're going to make these files that you can put on the product. So I'll link all of that in the description. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions and if you want me to make any more content on like anything else. And hopefully you are subscribed so that you can get notified when I do future videos. But I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.